Hey, what's up guys? Keeps here and we're back with another video. We've been away for a little while, been looking at stuff to do, and we're back now with another Football Manager video. So I'm guessing you'll be glad to hear that after the last video. It's been taken down now, but going to focus on Football Manager for a bit. I'm getting back into it now, and I'm looking for something to really drive me on and enjoy it. I've got a few tactics in the works, but to go alongside these, I thought I'd bring you another series since the RB Leipzig one didn't go as planned. I didn't quite get into it as much as I'd hoped, but hopefully with this road to glory, we can do a lot. So, as you can see, we are going to be Blackburn Rovers. Obviously, used to be a very big team, but they've had a bit of a fall from grace. But hopefully, we can take them back there. As you can see, they won the English Premier Division last in 1995. You know, they've won the FA Cup a good few times, Sky Bet Championship once, League One once, Carabao Cup was the last honour, I think. Yeah, so they have won a lot. They used to be in Europe, pretty decent team in Europe as well. You know, they were a hard outfit. You know, as a Celtic fan, we came up against them previously, put them out. But you know, they're a hard team to beat back in the day. Hopefully, we can bring them back to that, and we're looking to really push on with this. As you can see, this is a squad overview that's joining. From what I've looked into, we've got a decent squad. Certainly expecting to be challenging for playoff places. So we'll hopefully go one step further and maybe even win the league. As you can see, this is the club vision. So, you know, we've got developing players through club youth system, sign players under the age of 22. Now, for how I play Football Manager and how a lot of you probably will, you know, I play how I would be as a manager. So this works really well for me, and you know, I'm really looking forward to taking them forward. I've put a lot of thought into this and who I was going. Um, so you know, I've really picked Blackburn on the focus of being the team that I want to do, the team that I want to bring forward, the team that I want to stay at for a while, you know, that I've got an aim for. And that aim is definitely winning the English Premier League or a European competition. We don't know how long this will go. I don't know if maybe, you know, I'll get my points done in this and then move on to another club. I'm really not sure. So we'll just have a look at the team and it'll take us into a tactic. So interestingly enough, you know, control possession, gegenpress, and park the bus are the three recommended styles. Very contrasting indeed. What I'm going to be looking at is probably a control possession, a pressing control possession style that I've worked on previously that I might bring to the use very soon. So we will just use that one here. So as you can see here it is, it's a lopsided. I set it up as a 4-4-2, you know, as a 4-2-3-1, but the way it plays is, you know, it really does sit with the striker here, the right back up here in attack, and in defence, you know, at 4-4-2 and attack, you know, more of a 3-5-2. It's pretty strong. I've used it in a couple of multiplayer saves with my friends. I've used it in a couple of testing saves, and it's worked relatively well. So hopefully we can get the best out of it here, especially given that we have a really good right back in Niamb to really take us forward. Looking at the team report, a little bit more in depth than we've seen at the start. Squad depth is okay. Looking at attacking midfield, it's very good depth. Same with centre mid. You know, we can certainly look that we've got a couple of good players. The one key player that I would say is Lewis Holtby that we have at Blackburn. You know, ex Spurs. He was at Hamburg. You know, he's a really good player. I think he's been let down with a couple of injuries and things like that, but still top quality player in real life as well. It's kind of shame to see him at Blackburn in real life, but you know we'll hopefully bring him back to a league that he deserves to be in. As for defence, we've got Adraboyo from Manchester City on loan. He's pretty good. I've used him before in previous Football Managers and in FIFA and likes. He's a highly rated centre half. Looking at that, Derek Williams as well, Irish centre half, 26 years old, pretty decent. Still got a little bit more room to improve, but don't see him being too much of a move. But you know, looking at the strong, you know, kind of force that the team has, there's not a lot of places we can look to, you know, improve right away. You know, especially that attacking midfield. You know, having Bradley Dack, Downing, Rothwell, Holtby, that's sorted. We do not need to bring in an attacking midfielder. Midfield, maybe one or two, and striker. You know, we've got Danny Graham and we've got Adam Armstrong Obviously, Adam Armstrong seems to be stronger out on the right for whatever reason, maybe just for favouring Danny Graham. So a striker may be our focus, and we've got Stuart Downing, 34 years old, but he could still do a job. Certainly for the championship, we'll look to keep him in the team and probably starting for the majority of the season, injury dependent. So, looking at the staff, we do have a pretty good backroom staff to start off with. Maybe go and sign a goalkeeping coach, but in terms of overall staffing, and we have obviously for the sake of the bringing them up and having the best influence on the team, we have maxed out the manager stats in the way that I would like them. So, overall, we do have a good coaching team. Recruitment team, bit to be desired, as with medical staff, but we can look to that in the future. Medical staff not as important as recruitment, in my opinion. On Football Manager, medical staff, really all you need is a good chief doctor and maybe one good physio, and you're enough sorted there. Looking at competitions with board expectations. So to reach the third round of the Carabao Cup, we start in the first round, and we have to reach the fourth round of the FA Cup, and we enter the third round. So the FA Cup certainly a better chance of getting to where we are in that one. The Carabao Cup third round I'm pretty sure that's just before the quarter final. I may be wrong on that, but that could be a tough one, especially with the fact that it's going to be top quality teams all the way through. So we'll see how we go on in that. May use it to rotate. And the Sky Bet Championship, as we said, reach playoffs at a minimum. We'll be looking to do that anyway. So, going to the club info, we can see here we've got captain Elliot Bennett, vice captain Lenahan, I think that is. Key player Brad Didac, as we we noticed, and hot prospect Bren Berriton. Know that as well from playing previous FMs. He is a very good potential striker, so certainly got him to look forward to in the future. Kits are pretty nice, by the way, in this pack. So looking at finances, which is the rather disappointing thing, but we don't want to give it an easy go at it. We want to give ourselves a little bit of a challenge. So we do have a 1 million transfer budget, and 239 committed spending, 255 wage budget. That's not actually too bad. That's 16 to 17,000 you're looking at for your wage budget, which for the championship's pretty good. So that's the main things to look at. So addressing the transfer budget just now, what I will look at is we don't have the biggest squad in the world. We're probably 20, 25 players. So we don't have a lot of room to sell people and move people on to bring others in. So what I maybe will look to do is try and get one or two players in cheap. Maybe look at the free agents a little bit for some positions, and bring them in. But I just want to look at a couple of players of my choosing that I'm certainly going to be keeping an eye on to this. One is Charlie Mulgrew, 33-year-old Scottish. As you know, I'm a Celtic fan, so it's interesting to see how he'll get on. Hopefully he can, keep in about and certainly provide good cover when needed. He won't be starting for me, most likely not, but he'll certainly provide good cover. As we've already mentioned, Ryan Yamb, I've used him in a couple of saves. I have signed him for multiple teams, Premiership teams. I've signed him for, teams in Scottish Premiership, teams in all shapes and sizes, kind of thing. And he's always been a solid option at right back. So I think for certainly having him on that attack duty, he should cope pretty well. He's not too bad. He's not great at it, but retraining him, those crossing and dribbling could get better. But overall, his stats, physical are excellent stats for a 21-year-old, 3.5 star ability, and his mentals are pretty good as well. It's just that technical that needs to improve, but we'll sort that all in the training. Looking further down the team, as I've said, Adam Armstrong, Ben Brereton, but we also have Sam Gallagher from, he was at Southampton previously, as you can see with the image. He's a target man. He certainly gives us that different option up front to the other two, with Armstrong being an advanced and Brereton being a pressing. Sam Gallagher definitely gives us a good out ball that, the other two don't really give. They're more in behind. Danny Graham, also target man, but he's a bit past it now. We'll maybe look to move him on. And we've got Dominic Samuel, who's a pretty good player as well. He's not too bad. Maybe look to move him on also. Looking at the midfield, we do have a pretty small midfield. Looking at centre mid options previously, we did have Downing in there, who were looking to play on the left. We did have Lewis Holtby in there, who we will play. Bradley Dack, of course, he's going to be our key player this season by the looks of it, and you know, he can play shadow striker well. So I'm happy that that's all going to work out. Anything else looks pretty good. Goalkeepers, I just wanted to touch on. You know, we don't have the greatest goalkeepers in the world. You know, Chris Walton's our best, on loan from Wigan or Brighton even. Wigan previously, was it? Yeah. So we'll need to look at maybe bringing a keeper. But certainly, you know, the free agents page is certainly full of good players. I think it's one that's definitely overlooked. I think in most saves, just because of, you know, how everything is. There's a lot of players that aren't too bad. You know, you've got Ben Alnick here, Bolton. You know, there is some really good keepers here that just slip through the cracks just because of where they are. You know, Roy Carroll, Linfield, but you know, he's ex-Man United, ex-West Ham. He's another good option. Although he is 41, however. But you know, they're older. You know that you're going to guarantee that you're getting an older keeper here. However, the quality sometimes just overtakes. Or we could look to bring in a loan, but you know, time will tell with that. But that's been an overview. The next episode will be probably next week, maybe just a bit sooner. We're going to play probably up to, so we've got all the friendlies, pre-season and things. We'll probably play up to the Hull game, maybe play that one on the video, or at least show highlights of it. And, you know, that will certainly give us a chance to get through pre-season, see how we got on there, and play 2 games in the league. See if we need any tactical changes, see if you know, the players are fitting in, that kind of thing. So that's what we'll have to look forward to in the next video. So as I say guys, that will come the next week. I've been AK Keebs. If you want to check out my socials, the Twitter will be in the description. And if you want to check out any tactics, check the channel, subscribe. They'll be coming soon. You know, PSG, Leipzig. There's a couple in the works if you check my Twitter, and you know, they'll be coming as soon as possible. So I'll see you next one, guys. Cheers.